back or welcome to Best Friends Nonsense. We're getting pretty good at that.
Yeah, we're getting better.
Yeah.
We're getting the flow.
Anyway, hope y'all are doing good. Not like you can tell us, but
we
great.
still hope you're doing great.
Yes.
I hit it with my face and then I hit it with my hand.
We're still getting used to the mics again.
Heather's a couple drinky drinks in.
She is. She came over early so that we could do...
I'm early!
so that we could do our...
brainstorming and questions for what we're doing later.
Yes. And we were sitting outside and...
it was really nice until it got hot because the sun just decided it was going to magnify on us.
Yeah, all of a sudden the clouds were like, peace out, bye. We're like,
which is great and all, but then, it made it feel like it was 90 instead of 70.
Yes. And that's like my perfect, like yesterday was the most perfect because it was still sunny, but it was breezy. And I am any 70 something outside, I'm like, please.
70 something with a good breeze and not fully direct sunlight.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to burp a lot.
My phone. Now I did.
Mine has been on vibrate for 5 days.
Oh.
I don't know if I've had it for 5 days. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's one of her catch-up. She got a new phone.
It's got a cute pop socket.
We might be twinsies for fall.
We're going to be twinsies for fall because they accidentally sent me 2. I only paid for 1. They sent me 2. Which is really weird because it came in 2 separate shipments. So this one came with my phone case because I ordered them at the same time. And then yesterday, out of nowhere, I got a random notification from Amazon saying I had a delivery. And it was just like a picture of my house from a distance. So I was like, well, I don't know. Like maybe because when I got my phone case and this pop socket, I grabbed the package from the lady. She was walking up. I seen her. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited. Got it. So I was like, okay, maybe she just took a picture of the house, and for some reason it's just now loading. But I got home last night and my little sister was like, hey, you have a package. It's on Dad's chair in the living room. And I went in there. Sure enough, it's another pop socket.
Wow. Weird.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask if you got it from Amazon or if you got it from the pop socket.
Yeah, I got it on Amazon.
Because that's where I normally buy mine is the pop socket store. Yeah.
I want to get a custom one really bad.
Oh, I had one once.
Yeah, I know. It's in your car.
Yeah, me and my dog.
You and Eli.
Yeah, I missed that dog. He was such a good boy.
Oh my goodness, he was the best boy. I loved him so much.
Me too.
That's the best part of
childhood dog that you'll never get over kind of thing.
And that's another thing too is that's the best thing about how we've been friends through our whole childhood is your childhood dog meant a lot to me too.
Right.
My childhood dogs.
Yeah, dogs.
Multiple dogs.
Yeah, and how the one passed was so traumatic. The little...
Oh, Millie.
Yeah, the little
Oh my gosh. That was so traumatic. We didn't have her very long at all.
No, you didn't.
And she was so good about staying in the backyard when she went out to potty. She was fine. We never had an issue. Mm-hmm. But granted, we didn't have her that long. Well, my dad had let her outside, and goodness knows, I know that it was mortifying for him because my little sister's the one who saw her outside. And of course, my heart sank, my sister's heart sank, but we were actually talking about that a couple weeks ago, and my dad was like, as a father, that was one of the worst moments of being a parent was, he felt guilty. It wasn't his fault. Not at all. No. But
he wasn't driving the car.
Right, exactly. He wasn't driving the car down a road that is 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
They didn't stop even to tell us or anything, They didn't. Which, to be fair,
maybe because
the neighborhood we lived in, too, you really... there was always a lot of stray dogs kind of roaming. You didn't know whose pet that was.
Yeah.
So, I get maybe them thinking, I don't know who it is.
If they even saw
Yeah,
it.
if they even saw. They may not have even known because she was really little still.
Yeah, she was really small.
So, because as is, she was like a Maltese poodle mix.
I was about to say she was Maltese,
She was a Maltese poo. That's what Snuggles was too.
Oh.
And that was my baby. And I know because I named her. I'm the one who named her. And Snuggles.
Okay.
That was my baby.
Yeah.
They also thought that it was really cute because my mom had said something about like, oh, she looks like the Snuggle Bear from like the fabric softener commercials. And I was like, Mommy, we should call her Snuggles. And they were like, okay, that's adorable. and loved it too. And so
I was going to say, I had other childhood dogs too. We each had like what, three? I had 3.
So we already had Max when I was born.
Okay.
Max was already there. Or maybe not. But we got Snuggles when we still had Max. Because I know we had them both for a little bit. Then Max ran away. And my mom had even thought that she had saw him like a year or 2 later. But he wouldn't come up to her. She wasn't 100% sure because he wouldn't come up to her. She couldn't tell certain things if it was for sure him or not.
Yeah.
And she was at work at the time. Like obviously there was only so much that she could even try to do anyway. But yeah, he was a husky. And then we had Samson.
That's the one I mostly remember.
Yeah.
He would chase you everywhere.
He was so active,
was.
He also didn't get the activity that he needed, and that's why we ended up rehoming him.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my parents know a lot of people with a lot of farms, and it wasn't like oh, he's going to run on a farm. It was like he was actually going to a farm, and like we would get pictures and stuff for a while. We just kind of lost contact with him. We never heard of him passing or anything. Same with another one that we had, another husky. My dad likes huskies, or actually I think he was an Alaskan Malamute.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Which his name was Rocky. We had him when we lived on. We didn't have him very long, but that was another thing too, where like my dad would want a husky so bad, but we just did not have the time to take care of him properly, and so it was another one where he was like, I spent a lot of money on a dog, and actually I remember that one more specifically because we went there a couple times after we had rehomed him to them, and he was doing great.
Well, that's good.
The one thing about my parents is, yes, they have gotten a lot of dogs that they've had to rehome, but they always find them really good homes with good people.
That's good.
So I'm like, yes, you should not get a dog that you have to rehome, for goodness sakes. But at least they take it very, very seriously when it comes to rehoming to make sure that the animals that we had would go somewhere where they would be appreciated and get what they needed.
Right.
So, except for Taz. That was terrible. But at the same time, ugh. No, we're just not going to get into that. We're not getting into that story because that'll go on forever.
Yeah. I had so many cats growing up, as probably the podcast has heard before. And
I loved all of your
3
cats.
dogs. And I lived on I lived on a big farm growing up, so that's why we had that luxury. And so that was my first experience with a pet, was cats. We had so many cats.
Really, really wanted a pet, but that's the reason why we don't have any pets now, is because of they're like, no, we have done that enough. Mm-hmm. We don't want to get another animal until we are keeping that animal forever.
And that's how it is with us. We don't want to get a dog until we can take care of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just because you're a stay-at-home mom does not mean that you have time or energy to care for and train a puppy.
Exactly.
No,
I'm already trying to potty train my toddler. I don't got time for a dog.
Yeah, you can't be potty training 2 at once. That's hard enough for people who have twins.
Yeah, exactly. I can only imagine doing all that. No thanks. So anyway, segueing into recaps.
Mm-hmm.
I went out to eat with my husband's family on Wednesday. We went to a very fancy restaurant. I didn't realize it was a fancy restaurant until I walked in and everybody's wine tasting, and I'm like, oh,
fancy.
Oops. But it was pretty good. I had this like flatbread caprese pizza. It was really good.
I really want to try a caprese pizza.
Oh, it's so good. I really liked it.
Like fresh mozzarella.
Yes, it
like a
was.
balsamic glaze.
Yes.
Tomatoes.
It was very good. It comes with onions, though, and I'm not a fan of onions, so I had that taken off. I'm like, no, thanks. Yeah. And then my mama's birthday. Shout out to my mom. It was over the weekend. It was on Sunday.
I forgot to text her, and I felt really bad, and then I had too much anxiety to text her afterwards. I love you so much, second mother. I love you so much. I promise.
Yeah. She doesn't trust just anybody with her cat.
And I also feel so guilty because now she has 2 of my cats.
Yeah, it's okay. But so I wanted to talk about, because I didn't tell her earlier. I was like, I'm saving this for the podcast.
Okay. Yes.
So I found out, and I told her words that I have some family that listens to my podcast. Hi, if you're listening. And he was talking to me because, I won't say who has this, but it runs in our family. We already knew that anxiety runs in my family pretty deep, like hardcore. Everybody got it. And
Same.
and
they are in denial.
Yeah. And so some people have been going through a journey mentally, like mental health discoveries.
Yeah.
And they were talking to me because she said that she noticed, like, she went to a doctor about it because she noticed, like, she was listening to a bunch of stuff, and I was like, that sounds exactly what I do. Like, I stare off into space instead of listening to conversations. Oh dear, now that I have to list it off, I can't think of words. I interrupt. That's a big thing for me. I cannot let anybody, like, finish this sentence unless I have, like, a thought, and I have to interject. It's like I can't help it. And racing thoughts are constant. And when I first found out that people don't have 15 conversations in their brain at all times, I'm like, you mean that's not normal?
See, and that's the thing too, is I feel like we have always made each other feel so normal, and we're like, this is not actually normal.
And because I'll be having a conversation in my mind, and I'll, like, turn to Joshua and be like, hey, right? And he goes, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, it's so loud in my brain. I thought I was saying it out loud. And like,
yeah,
I
100% thought that I said something to a table that I didn't.
Yeah.
Or said something to a table that I thought I was keeping inside my head.
Right.
Thankfully, never been anything bad. But I'm just like, sorry.
Yeah.
I know that's happening.
Right. And the what ifs drive me up the wall. Like, I will be having so many what ifs in my brain at all times. And also anxiety is a big, like, indicator of it. So the person has ADD, and they've recently got.
What did I just tell you?
I know. I was trying so hard not to tell you.
This earlier. I just hurt my knee.
Because
look, I started doing the slapping thing.
Yeah,
oh my God.
At you. So she said that ever since she got on the medication, she's felt so much better. The constant conversations in her head have, like, diminished. She can fall asleep within minutes of laying down.
It takes me hours.
I have to turn something on. I have to have a background noise.
Ocean waves.
Oh, see, I have someone talking. I have to have someone talking.
It's either ocean waves, SpongeBob, or the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Or rainforest sounds.
I've been thinking of going to the same doctor and seeing what they can do for me.
I was about to say, tell me what doctor she goes to, please.
I'll tell you off. But
yeah, obviously.
I just, I am very curious because everything she was saying, I'm like, that is me. That's me. Like, it's crazy. And I think that's a pretty exciting
discovery.
Yeah. And he was also talking about how after he discovered the person, my family that's listening to me, he said that he was trying to go all over YouTube trying to figure out what D&D is. And apparently there's not really any videos that describe what it is and, like, what to expect from it. And so I'm thinking next week or sometime soon, I'm going to go into a deep dive of D&D, and like it even will work out for her because she doesn't really know what D&D is either. So I think it'd be a really cool experience. She keeps getting distracted.
I'm so bad.
And that's also another thing, is easily distraction.
Yeah.
And so
Squirrel. You know.
So yeah, I think that'd be a really cool video for you guys, so that you can actually understand what I'm reading, because it's a cool story, but like the background of how it's becoming a story, I think would be really cool. So I have a D&D update for y'all, and I'll go after this to like cheer up the mood, because I'm going to talk about grief. So grief is weird. It hit me yesterday so bad. So I think it was Sunday, and we were over at my parents', and I was fully talking about grandma. That's my big grief experience, is my grandmother. And as you guys know.
Also,
yeah.
right there, because I've just passed a year.
Right.
We lost them relatively close.
Oh, yeah.
Together.
And so we were talking about her, we were reminiscing, we were talking about like what she would be like if she was still here, and just like, you know, like just comforting each other, because we all miss her. And so I was fine. And then literally yesterday, okay, I'll just read what I wrote. I said, like, I can talk about her with family and think about her often and feel happy knowing she was here and I knew her and I loved her, but sometimes it hits me out of nowhere. And I end up trying not to cry in my car at 11 p.m. because I remember that I have a voicemail from her that I saved on my phone, and it's her voice, and it's a voice that I'll never hear again. And it breaks my heart over again.
I have a folder that is uploaded to the cloud, and is like literally like a very secure, like, this is always going to be here, delete everything other than this, keep this always. And It is Snapchat videos that have my memo in them. Mm-hmm. And I unfortunately do not have any voicemail saved from her, but my aunt does. And she listened to it the day that she died. She walked over and she was playing it for us, and it was, oh my goodness, it was so hard to hear. But at the same time, it was so healing listening to her voice and just feeling that. Like, just like feeling her like come from above and just like wash over us. Like, I'm still here. I still love you. Like, might not be physically here, but she is always with us. Yeah. And it's really, really hard to even think about it that way. Yeah. Because it's like, yes, but it's not fair because she's not physically here. I can't get a hug from her. I can't hear her tell me that she loves my bones. I can't, like, none of that. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just wild. Like, grief just comes out of nowhere.
It really does. I had actually forgotten that it was the 1 year anniversary, and I was at work. And my manager, Joe Dirt, who likes to yell, and he wasn't even yelling at me, but he just had a tood, a little bit of a tood and a tone. And he came over like the speaker in my ear and he was listing all the tables that were ready, like all the stuff, whatever. And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm one person. There's only so much I can do. Please don't yell at me. And he was like, I didn't yell. Did I yell? And I'm like, and then I just like started like welling up and like burst into tears. And he was like, go outside, go take a minute, just breathe. Because he knows, like, I get stressed, and sometimes it's literally just a stress cry, and I just need to get it out.
Right.
Come back, and I'm good to go. Mm-hmm. Well, not long after I had started, he lost his grandmother. Mm-hmm. And when I came back in, he was like, are you okay? And I explained to him, I was like, well, I did just realize that that's what today is, and I think that maybe subconsciously, since I did already know that that was what today was, that it was just like,
You could
making me really extra sensitive. And he looked at me and he was like, honestly, I know exactly what you're talking about. He said, do you need anything from me? I said, no, I'm okay. He said, are you absolutely positive? I said, yes, I'm okay. He's like, all right, cool. Get back out there. If you need anything, let me know. Okay.
Yeah, January will never be the same for me.
So glad Taylor Swift has a song called August. So not excited that you didn't announce Reputation today, and I'm really upset. I'm so upset.
Yeah.
I thought I was coming and I clowned so hard.
Yeah, she texted me. I was like, I don't even know what that means.
I had to explain to Lindsay what clowning is because she didn't know.
No,
I'm like, I'm being a moron thinking that something's going to happen, that it's probably not going to happen. It did not happen, and I'm sad. I'm holding out some hope for the VMAs. I'm holding out hope. But it's not a lot of hope. At this point, I'm like, we're just never going to get it. It's fine. It's just not going to happen. It's okay. It's sad.
So, to bring up the mood, we're going to do a D&D update. So, this is Chapter 8. I forgot to mention that we leveled up last chapter. I learned 2 new spells and prepared a new cantrip. My brain always wants to say catnip. I can cast a moonbeam spell of radiant light that can burn enemies, and I can mask myself and others from detection. I also started my journey with learning fire spells. So now we're going into the next part of the journey. All of us but the she-elf headed to the graveyard. She stays behind at Dragon's Rest. We decided to take the trek up the mountain to avoid the zombies that are on the shoreline. We just didn't feel like fighting any.
Yeah.
We didn't want to take our boat for the same reason. We get to an opening of trees and see a huge animal. It has brown fur and feathers, an owl head, and a bear body. They're called owlbears.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and they're like 7 to 10 feet tall. So
big.
Yeah. It has a shiny whistle attached to a string around its neck. I immediately cast my animal friendship spell on it, and once I tell the others the spell calmed it, Brocker walks up. And he has animal handling, so he rolled a high number, so he was able to go up to it. They're almost the same height. And Zenora gets closer to the animal and casts Speak with Animals to communicate with it. She gently...
I like that we're not going to war immediately.
I know,
That's
I
great.
was like, oh, guys,
Like,
we're doing it.
Wow, we leveled up mentally, too.
I know.
We're not violent.
She gently says hello to it and asks if it is hurt. We all hear meowing and bear growling, so she translates for us. He says hello back and says he got attacked this morning by a harpy. As she's talking to him, we all do a history check, which means we just roll the dice, and the DM decides if it's high enough to know what information. Yeah. We discover that this owlbear is the creature we were transporting in the beginning of our story.
Oh.
Yes. So Zenora makes a joke and says, "Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come from Cotton Eye Joe."
Yep.
And so he says he came from a circus, and his owners were kind.
Oh, well, that's good.
And so we decide that his name is Joe because he answered to Cotton Eye Joe.
Yep.
So Zenora translates that we were the ones transporting him, and the boat crashed and he flew off. She disagrees as she says that she saw him in the water. And he's like, "I did not swim in the water." And she's like, "I don't believe you, but okay." We offer him protection from the harpy and companionship till we can take him where he's supposed to be, and he agrees. So yay, Joe has entered party. We heal him a little bit because of his injuries. Brocker wants to try to trap the harpy. We all hide in the trees, and he lays out 20 gold in the open. He confidently sings what he thinks a harpy sounds like, but nothing happens. We're all just making sounds to try to lure the creature to us. Imagine the opening to Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that sounds like?
Yep.
Ah!
Yeah.
And that seems to be the sound, because out of nowhere, the harpy swoops in, and she steals the gold and takes off. But then she circles back and picks up Brocker and tries to take off. So all of us are just trying to shoot at it, and Zenora's insulting it, and Echo like runs up and like hits it.
Oh yeah, that's right. She can actually do damage with insults.
Yeah,
I love that.
Me too.
Words do hurt, man.
Soon it falls. So we're like, awesome, cool.
Yep.
Before Zenora's spell wears off, she hears the owlbear confirm that this is the harpy that hurt him. So we're like, cool, awesome.
Cool, go down. Punk.
Yeah. So now he trusts us further now. We decide to go ahead to the graveyard. Because if you remember, I forgot to do a recap. We were on our way to, we decided that to break the curse of the zombies potentially, we have to take the talisman that Brocker has to the grave of, oh, what's her name? Alina or something? Alethea or something. The lady that made all the zombies, but on the cruise ship. On the ship that we were on.
Where's the cruise ship, Lindsay? What happened?
I don't know.
I'd love to go on a cruise. Unless it sank.
Right,
terrified.
Exactly. That's the what ifs that would go through my brain.
Exactly.
So now we're going to the graveyard, and as we approach, and Joe stands out the gate because he's like, I'm not going in there. We walk in, examining all the headstones, trying to find the specific one we came for. Brocker desecrates a couple, and Nesta gets angry at him because she's a holy person. Echo finds the correct one, and we are trying to find out if we need to dig him up or place it on the stone, right? And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Everybody's like, what do we do? And Nesta just feels like it would be disrespectful to dig him up, so we just put the talisman on top of the gravestone. All of a sudden, wind picks up and whooshing all around us, and it brings in a thick, thick fog. We all look around, and we can't even look down to see if the curse broke or not. To see, when we leave, we take the shoreline to try to look for zombies. Echo puts on his special shoes and walks out to the water and sticks his head down into it and sees nothing. Just old ships that have sunk long ago. So we take this as proof that there's no more zombies. We head down and around to come to a hot spring. Nesta and I do not trust the water, but Brocker and Zenora, of course, get in. We're just like looking at them. He can't rust, he says, because if you remember, Echo is a robot.
Yeah.
So when all of a sudden, out of the fog, we see shimmers moving, just like, and out come 3 fume drakes. So those are the dragon-looking creatures, but they are like elements.
Yeah.
If you remember, I think we dealt with fire ones before.
Yeah.
So as we battle them, Zenora and Brocker get hurt with fire and piercing damage as they get bit. When the creatures are down, we all decide to head back to Dragon's Rest and talk to Renara. End of chapter 8. And again, that took until like 7 to 10:30.
Yep.
I swear. Or even 11 maybe. It was a long time. But I can't wait to talk to y'all about, like, when I finally describe to you guys, like, how the game works. You get to, like, piece together, like, what a history check is and, like, why we failed at this thing or why they actually got bit and all this fun stuff. I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited to learn.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot.
I mean, I'm still learning. I don't know everything. But, yeah. Pretty excited.
Yeah.
So what happened with your week?
Let's find it. Okay. Yep, because it's the unfinished one. I didn't finish all of it, but I got enough in there. It's fine. I know what else happened. So, Wednesday, I got my new phone, and I had pretty much a relaxing day off other than just, like, setting up my phone. Pretty easy. And then Thursday, I did have to work a double. And our other 4 o'clock server called off. So I had to go straight from bartending to my serving section. And then once it got to the point where all of my bar tables had checked out, I had to have my manager transfer all of my tables that I currently had to him so that I could clock out clock back in, and take the tables back. It was ridiculous. But it was either that or the bartender that we had for night shift was not a super experienced bartender, and I would not stick her in a way that she might get kind of screwed. So I stayed on and did that so that I could make sure she was okay. And then I got an early break anyway. Not an early break. I got a late break, but I didn't have to come back on after my break. So I got off early, like way earlier than if I would have got my break on time.
Nice.
So, yeah, so I was like, that's fine. But funny enough, I didn't even actually physically leave until like 2 hours after I clocked out, because it was my friend who watches the podcast. The first one who started watching the podcast was her last day, because she graduated high school.
Woohoo!
And I won't say her name because I'm telling this part of her stuff. But she is in college and she's going for nursing, and she is actually doing things in that field now. So she has a new job while she's working through school, so that it can get her closer and closer to nursing and things like that. And I'm super proud of her. I'm so excited for her. But I'm big sad because I'm going to miss her. She was one of my first work besties. But shout out to you. And when you see this, because I know you will eventually, I know you're a little behind. But I am so, so proud of you. You're going to do great things. And I'm excited to see it happen. And then Friday I closed at work. Which I served and closed.
Woohoo.
And I got to wait on a bridal party. And it was so fun. It was also hilarious because after their non-alcoholic drinks got to the table and I was grabbing the ones from the bar, I turn the corner and I look at their table, and I had to remain very professional up until I set the drinks down, and then I could bust out laughing at their wee straws. This is a podcast on YouTube. But yeah, it was really funny. I'm like, listen, I'm a child. I don't care that I'm almost 27. It's hilarious. Especially if I'm not expecting it, to walk up to a table of ladies. Like, it was 5 people. 3 of them were older ladies.
Oh, wow.
Drinking out of wiener straws. I went back and I was like, guys, you got to go look at 27. You guys have to go look. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. It was so funny. I made everybody go look at the wieners. I was like, you got to go see him. Go look. Go look at it. And they were like, what is it? And I was like, I'm not telling you. If I do, you're not going to walk out there. So then I told my manager, my Joe Dirt manager, and he walked out there. He came back and he was like, why would you make me look at that? And I was like, because I knew it would be really hard for you to hold your composure. And that alone is really funny for me. He thought it was hilarious. I just wish that Man Bun would have been there at the time, because that was so funny and he would have laughed way harder. Oh my gosh, it would have been so funny. But then Saturday, okay, so mind you, after I closed on Friday, I made a point to do every bit of silverware. Every bit. There was not a single thing to run or roll. It was done. Completely done. So I got it all done. Had a 9 a.m. morning meeting that very next morning. I didn't get out until but actually I got out at 11:30 and we closed at 11. It was not bad at all.
Yeah.
So got out in plenty of time, got home, took a shower, didn't actually fall asleep until almost 2 a.m, got up at 7, straightened my hair, went and picked up my friend, and got her to the meeting too, because, work together, and she doesn't have a car right now, so I picked her up, brought her, and we had time to stop for coffee on the way, and I got to the meeting on time, and I was like, I don't want to hear of anybody leaving any silverware anymore. I was like, because if it happens, I'm going to be so upset. Because I, on a Friday night, got out 30 minutes after close and did all of the silverware. If I can do it, you can do it. Mm-hmm. Like, don't get me wrong, I am very capable of doing things, but I'm not any more capable than anybody else there, really.
My foot went numb.
But after the 9 a.m. meeting, which was honestly kind of for nothing, it was really dumb. It was funny, though. We laughed a lot at it. It was like Saturday Morning Live, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is entirely too much. But of course, after our morning meeting, me and two of my friends decided that we were going to go to some yard sales, and I found what is my next project, which is a giant heart that is going to
be our background.
Hopefully, have a little more. I feel like usually we have it up a little higher too.
I think
we just
so.
don't this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be able to at least sit it up here, because it's not. You're not gonna want it hanging the whole time, like all through the week anyway. Like we have that there, and then we just put this up here.
Yeah,
it'll be good.
Be cool,
and it's gonna be really cute, and I'm super excited. I'm not gonna say much else.
I don't even know much about it.
Yeah, I was supposed to FaceTime her yesterday morning, and I forgot. But then after that, I got home with just enough time to change, put on some eyeliner so I looked alive, and got back to close the bar. And then I didn't get a lot of stuff started early, so I didn't get to do hardly any of my closing stuff until we actually closed the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me way more behind. I ended up being the last employee other than my manager, and so then I had to wait until he was done, and then we could leave.
Yeah.
But you know what broke my heart a little bit was he was like, you can go ahead and go home. Like, it's not a big deal. It's fine. But literally, he said that just because other people will get so upset over having to stay and wait for him to get done. Because apparently he's the manager that closes the slowest. But he's the newest to being a manager. The other ones have been managers for years. It's our GM and our kitchen manager, who used to be the front of house manager.
You used to
before that was
in the face
today.
today.
I know. I have no spatial awareness. I realized I actually have a word for that now.
Yeah.
So it's great. Because I literally, the other day, this one I didn't even write down. I think this was Saturday night. I was walking through and I ran into the table, one of the tables, my high tops, with my arm. And it's one of the only tables that is not set. So it started to tip over, and I literally had to grab it and a chair at the same time and pull it back up.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, I just looked over at my customers who were literally 2 feet away from me when I did that. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing today. I was like, I have no spatial awareness, and I'm glad that I already had the word before then.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, I get that. And I was like, yeah, I run into everything. I was like, I am not an abused person. I was like, I'm not even currently in a relationship to be abused by somebody. But I was like, I am definitely a member of the Mysterious Bruise Club. Because it's not that mysterious. I'm just running into everything all the time. It's terrible.
I just bruised like a banana.
Yeah. And then Sunday, I went to the craft store and I got the paint and everything for our podcast sign. And then because of who I am as a person, because you know how some people are like, oh my gosh, I can't go into Target without dropping like $500, like, oh my gosh, keep me away from that store. That's my problem with the craft store.
Ah, yes.
That's who I am. I cannot go in there and not black out instantly. Because I was feeling that Reputation was coming. And they had 40% off Halloween decor. And so I bought this thing, and I'm going to paint it, and it's a snake with a bunch of flowers on it. And I'm going to be really sad as I paint it. And it glows green on the inside.
Oh, that's cool.
And you know how I was freaking out earlier when they were playing a song from Reputation and the bracelets were all lighting up green?
Yeah.
It would be perfect. I'm just going to paint it in hopes that it will not be for nothing. Because it's still going to be cute, and it's still Halloween-ish, and she's going to release it eventually, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You know. And yesterday I closed at work and just felt kind of blah all day.
Yeah. You know, I have unlocked one of, I wouldn't say it's a fear. Maybe it is. I don't know. I already kind of knew that anything that could sting me or bite me, I don't like.
Yeah.
But our backyard, For some reason, mosquitoes love it. They just love our backyard. And I'm not even kidding. I went out there and like 10 were all around me. And it freaked me out. And I just hate it so much. And nothing we do really has helped. So I'm like, so yeah, that's my new fear. I don't want to go outside out there. Nope. Don't want to go out back. Nope.
I really, like, my goal for my future home is to have one of those enclosed patios where it's got screens on all the windows so you can open up the windows and no bugs are getting in. But you still get the breeze and the joys of being outside without the bugs.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so what we have for you today is we made a best friend quiz. Yes. So we were back and forth on what it means, and because we were on the same page, and then my brain kind of shifted as it does.
Which we've done that before.
Yes.
Where we were originally going to do a best friend quiz, and then we leaned more into, and we really liked it. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
Where it was more of like our opinions of each other and like what we see in each other.
Yeah.
And now we're going for more like accuracy, but we're not keeping score.
Yeah.
Like,
we already know we're best friends. We've been
best friends for our whole entire lives.
Years. Yeah. So,
like, I'm almost 27 and I literally don't remember a day of my life where I didn't at least know you.
Same.
Like,
and our
we didn't
families
get super close
other.
until I was probably like 12 or 13 is kind of when we started getting a lot closer.
Yeah.
So if you really want to get technical, we've been best friends for minimum of half my life. Minimum.
Yeah.
And that's just best friends. We've been friends the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Friends for a very long time.
So
it didn't help that also our families have known each other a very long time. My grandma saved you from certain deaths, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Because that woman would pick me up every Wednesday night because I had stomach problems as a baby. Go figure. I still do. But I had colic really bad. And so I was a screamer. It would get later in the evening. My stomach would start acting up and I was in pain. So I would scream. And like the only person who could calm me down was 2 humans. No, 3. And that was either of my grandmothers and Lindsay's grandmother. Those are the only ladies that could, like, at one point, my mom literally, and obviously she did not mean she was actually going to throw me in the garbage. But it was...
When you get overstimulated,
I was the second child. So not only did she have a baby with colic, but she also had a toddler.
Yeah.
So she was also handling my older sister. And she had to call my grandma one day, who lived around the corner, luckily. And she was like, I need you to come here right now, or I'm going to throw this baby in the garbage. Like, she will not stop crying. I can't, no matter what I do, I can't get it. But she was overstimulated. My grandmother came over. She was calm because she hadn't been in the house with me screaming for that long.
Right.
So she was not at that point. And so she could come over and calmly pick me up, and it was okay. And it was not anything that my mom did wrong. And like, even not being a mom, I already know that. I know that she was very overwhelmed. She could not handle it. I know that there's going to be times in my life when I become a mom that's going to be like that too.
Oh yeah,
thankfully
I have experiences.
Yeah,
so.
Thankfully, similar to as I'm sure you were told before you were an actual mom, that sometimes if you absolutely have to, because you are losing your ever-loving mind,
put them down.
Somewhere where they are safe.
Yes.
Walk away and breathe.
Yes.
It's okay.
I've done that a handful of times.
My dad had to do that one time with my little sister. Me and my mom and my grandma and my older sister were out doing something. And he was like, oh, I'll keep the baby. But my dad is a lot like me. He gets anxiety, and she was very fussy. And so he put her in her crib. She was safe. There was nothing in the crib. It was just her. She was not big enough to she wasn't even crawling yet. Like, she was only a couple months old. So he put her there where she was safe, and he walked outside into the cool air and breathed.
Yep.
Felt better after a few minutes, came back inside, handled her just fine.
Yep. Exactly.
I don't know how we got off on that.
I don't know. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
So we have 20 questions.
Yes.
So we're not keeping score. It's just something really fun.
It's just fun. And it honestly is kind of going to help you guys learn more about us anyway.
Exactly. We're just trying to have a silly, goofy time. That's all this is.
Hence adult drinks.
Right. Okay. So number 1 is, what's my favorite color? And we have the same questions, by the way.
Yeah, we have all the same questions. We wrote down our own answers.
Yes. That way we didn't have to think about ours while trying to figure out the others.
Yeah. That's just too much thinking at the same time.
I was like, if I try to think of my answers at the same time that I'm thinking of yours, it would get
See, that's why like the opinions work way better if we're doing it all at the same time.
Yeah.
But I feel like these, with it being before, it's easier for us to be able to just guess each other.
Yeah. So mine, I obviously know yours.
We know each other.
For you, is baby pink for you.
Which, yes, is right. That's what I wrote down.
That's what
yours is also baby pink.
Yes, and I also, for a bonus, I wrote another one.
Okay. So, like a blue.
Yeah.
Baby blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yep, because you're leaning into your blue girl.
I know. Am I a blue girly?
I knew it. See, I knew it. I didn't write the second one down, but I did think about, I was like, the only time that my favorite color is not baby pink is when it comes to putting on clothes.
Yeah.
Black.
But same.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we should do that for a second question. And I was like, no, because they're still going to be the exact same answers.
Right.
Doesn't even matter.
Next was describe my perfect day. And that was, you don't have to get these exactly right because
yeah, there's so many factors in there that like,
yeah,
there's so many ways like a day could be perfect.
Exactly. So for you, I would say sleeping in. Today you scrolled on your TikTok, so maybe that's what you normally try to do during your perfect day. You're probably going to get a coffee because, of course, coffee. Maybe you'll go outside and like breathe in nice air if it's nice outside. Maybe go hang out with friends or come hang out with me or whatever you were feeling that day.
No, I'll read it after. Okay. For you.
Yeah, we'll say our answers.
Yeah, we'll
after.
say our answer. Yeah. I would say. I would say a little warmer than I normally like. I normally like things around like 60s. You like more around like the 70s, 75-ish. Only a little warmer if you're near a pool. If you're going near a pool, if you're going to the pool,
it can be a hot day.
Obviously, it has to be a hot day. Otherwise, the pool is not that satisfying. You just get cold.
Yes.
You're gonna have to have coffee in the morning, at least.
I didn't write that down, but yeah, you're right.
I didn't write mine down, but I almost did, and then I was like, sometimes not.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you're not having a day by the pool, I would say you're probably doing something artistic. Something, whether it's like doing something like painting with a twist like you've done before, or
man, you're thinking
painting
so much
classes
better than my stuff I wrote down.
I didn't write much down anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really know what to write.
Yeah.
But when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I can come up with things for you. Like, I know what you like to do. And you know what I like to do. You're like, because I don't really do specifics, but
No.
like hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I'm either going to come and do something with you or do something with my other friends. Like, it's,
Yeah.
but I wrote down sleeping in, cool fall day. I was starting to write pumpkin spice frappuccino from Starbucks.
See?
Yep. Getting to sit outside and feel the nice breeze.
Hey.
You said I would want to go outside. And yeah, I didn't write down the hanging out with friends, but I was like, I wrote down a couple question marks because I'm like, yeah, I'm such a like loner sometimes that sometimes my perfect day is like
being by yourself.
Nobody around me.
Yes, I feel that. Because
I get overstimulated. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, there's days where I'm overstimulated, but I'm still going to come here and do the podcast. We're still going to be fine. It's not going to overstimulate me more. But sometimes it doesn't destimulate me.
Yeah, I feel it.
Like, it doesn't make me feel worse by any means. I know that it's not going to make me feel worse.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, yeah, let's go. It can't be worse.
Yeah.
I cannot feel worse by going to Lindsey's house.
Yeah.
Like, even if it doesn't make me feel all the way better, it calms it. It's like, okay, it stops. It's like, okay, the bad feelings are fine. They are at max capacity. They're good.
Yeah. I feel like I should have added more what you said about me, though, because all I said was sleeping late, then I get to lie on the couch and watch my favorite TVs or movies, whatever I feel like watching. And I get to eat all of my favorite foods and, like, snackies. And then if it was, like, a 70-something and breezy day, I would go outside and spend time with my little family.
Yep.
But you're right. Like, I didn't even think about, like, getting to go paint something or play piano. I can't ever do that now.
See? Yeah. And that's what I was leaning in with Artsy, was like, I had in mind, like, painting, because I'm looking at the painting of Lily over there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, that's a really good painting. She does a really good job. Like, I'm sure that she enjoyed doing that.
I had a lot of help.
You still had a good time, though.
I did. I always have a good time with that place.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that would definitely be on there. I love playing piano and singing on those days that I get to. So the next question is, what is my pet peeves? And so for you, I would say being ignored / overlooked.
One is kind of work related. Think about, like, maybe what I do for a living, what might irritate me.
Customers.
I mean, you're not wrong, but it's a specific category.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll go with the being ignored and whatever, because we feel that.
I would say for you, being ignored has probably got to be one of them. Being interrupted too. You know, yeah. But I mean, that I wrote that down as one of mine, being interrupted. Because
didn't think about that.
Those go hand in hand.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So,
yeah. This one's so
people
specific.
mistreating their animals.
No, but I should have. No, I wrote my sweaty knee pits.
I should have thought about that. Oh my god,
I cannot stand
the sweaty knee pit.
When my and I didn't even know that was a thing until this year. When my knee pits get sweaty, I can't deal with it.
Sweating in general, I
almost wrote that down
so
too.
bad.
I almost thought about that for you, sweating, because we were outside earlier and, like we said, it started getting like really hot, and I'm like sweating.
I hate sweating. I hate being hot.
Yes.
Being
I can
hot.
deal being very cold, but if I'm very hot, no.
Oh my god, if I'm hot, don't touch me, don't talk to me.
Yes.
Don't even look at me.
Yes.
I'll punch you in the throat. Like, oh my gosh, being hot makes me so violent.
Yes, and you just don't feel good, and it's just not a good time.
I would so much rather be cold.
Yes.
Literally, I had a panic attack that, like, last week at work, and I talked about it on the last podcast.
Yes.
My friend, she literally got me and took me to the freezer.
Nice.
Because she knew that if I cooled down, it would make me feel better. Because I was really hot and sweaty because our AC is broken. We don't have any ETA on when it's actually going to be fixed.
Oh, jeez.
Probably winter.
Yeah, probably.
Like, hey, your air
when you don't
conditioning
need
works
it
now. Thanks.
But your hair is broken.
Right. Yeah, literally. I would be okay with that after this summer. I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let the heat be broken.
So, for number 4, I thought, you know what? I want to do an off the wall question. So I said, if I were a smell, what would I be? So for you, I would say like a cupcake, or like, I know that you have the lemon pound cake in there that that's literally what I wrote down. Because that's just like, I think... like, that's just what I imagine.
When you were talking about that earlier, when you brought up that question, I was like, is she going to put, like, fresh baked cookies?
Oh, yeah.
But cupcakes along the same line, because I bake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I smell like
bakery.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm like, oh, I like that. That's what you think I smell like. For you, see, like, I don't necessarily have a smell that I associate you with.
I've asked a couple questions, like a couple people this question. So I was just curious what you would think I would smell like.
I know that
you know what I smell like, but
I know that you like Champagne Toast by Bath and Body Works. I know that is your favorite from there. I know that you also really like desserty scents in terms of like candles, wax melts, whatever. So yeah. Champagne Toast or like
I use that lotion
things.
every day. Like what you got me for my birthday, I use it every day. No, I use it every time I'm in the shower, and the moisturizer after. But most people said that I smell like my shampoo, my Dove shampoo. That's what I smell like every time I pass. They smell it.
Yeah, that makes sense. 'Cause I'm like, I feel like the only smell that I've ever smelled from coming off of you is like clean. Like I'm like, it's never anything that stands out to me because you're not super big on perfumes and stuff.
Yeah, because my mom.
But yeah, exactly. You grew up where
allergic.
she's very sensitive to that stuff. So, and that's like I even am programmed in my brain where I'm like, okay, I'm going over there. Okay, this is like what I can use.
Yeah,
it's like, and I'll use like my body spray. I'll get in my car, spray it on, and then drive. Then it's dissipated enough and it's chill. I feel better about myself because I have anxiety thinking that I'm always going to smell bad.
Same.
I don't know why.
Always.
But I'm petrified. So I have 2 perfumes in my car. Hold on.
Now we get to all know what Heff smells like.
Ari by Ariana Grande. And this, not sponsored. I have a Scentbird subscription.
Oh yeah.
And this is my personal favorite. Actually, they sent me another one of this because they messed up on one of my orders and sent me the wrong thing that hadn't smelled nothing like what I picked. And they were like, "Oh, well, you can pick from something that's in stock. We'll gladly go ahead and send you a replacement." And so I had them send me a new one because I just ran out. But it's Confessions of a Rebel Bite Me. Bite Me. And I'm like, that sounds aggressive and it smells delicious. And I'm like, that's great.
Yeah. Oh, that does smell nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have a rollerball perfume, I think. Yeah.
Jeez. Someone is very anxiety driven.
I have a lot of anxiety and a large purse. I also have multiple clips. I wore this one yesterday. My shirt had yellow writing on it.
Cute.
Somebody told me that yellow is a really good color on me, and I was like, wow, why do I hate yellow so much? I don't like the color yellow, really, normally. I used to hate it.
My mother-in-law hates purple, but she looks good in purple.
She does look really nice in purple.
Yeah.
She wore purple to you guys'
I
wedding.
know,
I
and she said, every time she says that she hates purple, I'm like, so why'd you wear it to my wedding? Like, well, okay, whatever.
But she looked really nice, and I bet you that's why. Because she was like, oh, well, I look nice, so.
Yeah. So.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Number 5 is my favorite hobby. So I wrote down 3 different things.
Okay. I also wrote down 3 different things so that we have chances of getting them right.
For you, obviously, would be baking.
Yeah.
What else could... I guess like artsy stuff, like you are doing the big thing.
Yeah.
Shopping?
I like it. That wasn't the other one. But,
okay.
But you got basically 2 out of 3.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
For you, I would definitely say music in general, whether that be piano playing, singing in the car, singing in the shower, singing everywhere.
Right.
Because
everywhere.
You have a fantastic voice, and I like that you sing all the time.
It just kind of comes out.
Music and doing activities with Boo Boo, because you don't just keep her alive. You actually do things with her.
Yeah.
So but you have always been somebody who's wanted to be a mom, so I'm sure that would absolutely be one of your favorite hobbies. Would be anything that you get to do. You're like, dang, I feel like crap.
I feel like a terrible mother.
You're like, but it makes sense
I
when
was
I'm
just
saying it.
thinking
You're
of
like,
like my interest.
yeah, like your personal interest outside of being a mom, because that is who you are.
It's true. And I'm trying to go on that journey too.
Yeah.
Look at me go.
But the ones that I wrote down painting.
There you go.
I don't like. I'm not really good at painting. Like
things, same
details on things, but I love doing crafts. Yeah. I love doing things like that.
Yeah.
And then I put baking and reading because I've been reading a lot on my phone now.
Yeah, I didn't think about reading. Yeah. I said so you're right about the music and where'd it go?
Oh, I should have put reading or audiobooks or said
I
reading
know.
or audiobooks.
I listen to those when I clean. I said playing video games, so like Sims or whatever. Yeah. And me and Joshua play another game together. It's called Escape Simulator. It's on the computer, and D&D. So, number 6 is, what is my favorite drink? I wrote down a non-alcoholic and an alcoholic because you inspired me about you wrote down 2. And
I wrote down 2 non-alcoholic and then 1 that is alcohol. It is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, non-alcoholic, I would say like tea, like the Arizona teas. I saw you drink a lot of those.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like different things that I've seen you like. What is it? Is it Dr. Pepper?
Yep. I knew you were gonna get it. I was like, she has to get it. She has to get it. She has to.
And then
I didn't even write down tea. I'm like, oh, I should have.
Yeah. I love tea. And then for alcoholic, I would say probably like White Claw. No, it wasn't.
That's not what I wrote down, but it's valid.
Yeah.
That's like what I was telling you earlier. I'm like, we really can't keep track of these
exactly.
Points because you're probably going to say something that I didn't even think about for myself.
She's over here like, you probably spend time with your daughter. And I'm like, apparently not. I do, but...
Diet Pepsi.
Yes. I said diet whatever.
I see you drink a lot of Diet Pepsi.
I do. So that is like my favorite.
I think your favorite used to be Diet Mountain Dew.
Yes.
But now it's Diet Pepsi. You got burned out on it.
No, I normally in the grocery store, I do either back and forth or
get like one of each or something to change it up. Yeah. You don't want to just drink the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
A frozen blue margarita.
She got it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I wrote down Dr. Pepper, water, because sometimes you see me with just big bottles of water.
That's true.
So I was
I didn't know the giant water bottle.
And then I wrote down Captain Morgan for alcohol.
Dude, I literally told you that.
Yeah, I literally just went with just like liquor because I'm like, okay, like I can mix that with whatever.
Dang it. I literally just told her about the place she's going to like next week. I was like, oh,
on
they have
Sunday
Captain Morgan?
I have a date.
Wee-hee. Maybe we'll get an update on that.
Yeah, we'll get an update on that. We'll talk about that then. I'm excited though. He's very sweet.
Yes. Where are we on? We're on number 7. What is my favorite actor? And I said I have an actor and an actress.
When we were deciding this specific question,
I have no idea what to
we were kind of back and forth.
Yes.
Yeah, I put down an actor, a male actor, TV actor. Doesn't really do much movies. I feel like you are not going to get it.
I can't think of one that, I mean...
Ooh.
I already know your favorite, like the one that you rewatch the TV show that you keep trying to get me to watch. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember his name. Is it like Andy something?
Yeah, it's Andy Samberg. Look at you. See, you knew it.
Yeah.
You just needed a little help.
You just a little push.
You knew who it was, though.
I know. I even got his name. I'm like, I don't know names.
But I would have still 100%. If we were giving points, you would have got that point.
That's awesome.
Because you knew who it was.
Yes.
You knew the face.
Yeah. And then actress, I don't know.
I didn't write down an actress.
Do you have a favorite actress?
Sure. Give me one.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll see if... I'm curious to see what you would come up with while I sit and try to think of who my favorite actress would be.
I really don't know
don't.
for you.
Like, it's not that I don't like any. It's just like I don't necessarily have a favorite.
No,
he is my favorite actor.
Do.
I love Andy Samberg. I love him. Yeah, he's hilarious.
I'm curious what you think mine is, though, because I don't know if we ever talked about.
Yeah, I feel like
my favorites.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it right there. Wow, look at you go.
Because I know you love Iron Man.
It's true.
I was kind of worried that you might think Chris Evans for me. I was like, oh gosh, I might throw her off. Like, she might be thrown off because I love Captain America.
True.
But Andy Samberg is my favorite. Yes. I love Chris Evans too, though.
Yes. And then this actress has been my favorite a long time. She's always, and she's kept, like, she has always been so non-problematic, and she is like
Natalie Portman.
No, but she's a good one too. I said Anne Hathaway. She's always been my favorite since Princess Diaries came out. Yeah. She has been my favorite actress. Everything she's in.
Man, and you know what? Even if I would have thought, I just thought about a good one that I would have guessed, but it still would have been wrong.
What?
Blake Lively.
Oh God, I love her too.
Right. I was like, oh,
I love Blake Lively. If I could be anybody, I'd be Blake Lively.
I love her. She's beautiful
so
and just flawless.
Yes. Okay. And then number 8 is my favorite artist, and obviously you probably picked Taylor Swift.
I did.
And you probably know mine.
Shine Down.
Yes. Like the white bulb went off.
100%.
Like, if I can see them, I can die.
Okay. So, what is your favorite show? All-time favorite, can watch over and over.
The Brooklyn Nine-Nine for you, and Golden Girls. Yeah.
And then yours probably also be Golden Girls and Friends.
Dude,
no.
Did you read my paper? That's what it is.
I was like, am I insultingly wrong?
No, like
I just know you
immediately.
Well.
Friends immediately, and then I went back. I was like, oh, Golden Girls, duh. Yeah,
I wouldn't have even thought about Golden Girls, but I knew it was Friends. I knew it was.
You
reference Friends all the time too, though.
I do.
It's like, but that's the thing where like I reference SpongeBob. I reference Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You also reference SpongeBob.
Yes.
We both reference the Golden Girls.
Yes.
But what else does Lindsey reference? Friends.
And when I rewatch them, I want to dress like the 90s again.
Oh my God, yes.
I love 90s fashion.
More specifically, I want it to be morally okay for me to leave the house without a bra. Genuinely.
Free the nipple.
Free.
But I
can't do that.
Along with the TV show, we did What's Your Favorite Movie?
I don't know if you'll get mine.
You might. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, mine's really obvious.
Iron Man.
No! I'm surprised you didn't even get it. It's one that I can rewatch over and over.
I'm gonna feel really stupid.
But I don't know yours, so I feel even dumber. What would Heff rewatch over and over? It's her favorite movie.
It's not super well known because I'm not really a movie person.
No,
I will binge watch 5 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine in one day, but I can't sit down and watch a movie. I can't do it.
Like, I can't.
But this one, I can.
We've talked about Disney movies that you really like. So I know that you like Encanto. You really like Up. Right?
I do love Up. And I love Big Hero 6.
Yes. Oh, we do too. That's another one that we rewatch a lot.
I love Fall Out Boy. So I love to listen to Fall Out Boy in a Disney movie.
I forgot they did that. What is it?
Oh, mine?
Yeah. What did you write?
22 Jump Street.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have not guessed that.
Yep. Not 21 Jump Street. 21 Jump Street's really good, but it's actually like one of the sequels that I actually like better than the original.
Oh, I wrote down Grown Ups, but I am a sucker for Grease. I will rewatch that movie over and over.
I always forget that you love Grown Ups.
Yes, I love Grown Ups. It's like my dream.
Yeah.
But Grease is one of those. It's old, but and it's terribly problematic now, but I love the singing in it. I am a sucker for a musical.
Yeah.
The next one is, what is my favorite ice cream flavor? I wrote
down 3. different options.
Oh, okay. So it's probably safe to say like chocolate. It's not? No. What? I'm trying to remember the ones because we've gone to ice cream together before, and I'm trying to like
not very often though, and not hardly any like lately.
Anymore.
One of the ones that I wrote down, I remember specifically, is one that I got at. Okay, do you remember when like the last church play that we did when we were all like starting to get a little
time ago?
We were all starting to get a little bit older.
Was that the doctor in that one? Is that the one you're thinking of?
Maybe. I think so. That one guy who was really tall was Jesus.
Yeah.
My dad was the one guy. Parliament. Not Parliament.
I was like, you lost me. What?
I don't know. He was some.
I don't remember what your dad was. I remember our one ex-friend was the poor lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. What were you? I was just an extra. Are you kidding? Listen, if they could have not had me in the play, they wouldn't have had me in the play.
Dude, I thought it was very progressive of our church that I was the doctor and I had a male assistant.
Yeah. And this was like about Jesus times.
Yeah.
And you were the doctor.
Exactly. I was the doctor. Yeah. Anyway, what was the question?
Oh, we went and got ice cream one day at this one place, like in the town. Oh, gosh. Obviously. We went there and it was
Superman?
Yes!
I was like, wait a minute, I know this one.
See, I knew it. I knew that I could unlock a memory.
Yes.
But yeah, I wrote down that one, and then I also wrote down black raspberry chip. It was
That's
my mama's favorite. It was my mama's favorite, and we used to, when I first moved back home from living with my ex, we would sit and watch the Golden Girls and have girl talk.
I forgot about
and
that
eat
memory.
Ice cream. Yeah. And then I also put coffee ice cream because I really like coffee ice cream.
Really?
It's so good.
I tried it. I don't really like it.
I like it, and then I like to put like a little bit of caramel or something over it, like just to give it a little extra sweetness, a little extra non-coffee flavor. But yeah.
So what do you think mine are?
Ooh, chocolate chip cookie dough, Oreo.
I'm a sucker for a chocolate chip cookie dough.
Yeah, I knew it.
And then I wrote down another one.
Just plain chocolate?
No.
Let me think for a second.
It's not very controversial. It's kind of because some people think that it's gross.
Pistachio?
No.
Okay, hit me with it.
Mint chocolate chip.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, including my husband, like, if I wanted to brush my teeth, I'd brush my teeth. I'm like, it doesn't taste the same.
I have had, and actually I still have it in my freezer right now, mint Oreo ice cream.
Oh, yeah, also very good.
Oh, my gosh. So good. I love it.
Yes.
I can't believe I forgot that one. I should have known that.
Yeah, it was my favorite as a kid.
Yeah.
Favorite. So for number 12, I didn't know what to write down. And it's, what is something I'm bad at? For you, I would say, well, you gave me one, which is being, you're not good at being positive towards yourself.
Yeah, being nice to myself.
Yes.
And you can also, if it makes you feel any better, think about what I would say I'm bad at.
Exactly.
Not necessarily what you would agree that I'm bad at.
Let's see, what would Heff say she's bad
because I already know one thing for sure that you'd be like, you're not bad at that. Oh my gosh, stop saying you're bad at it. You're not. Because every time I say that I'm bad at it, you're like, no, you're not. You're just not confident.
I know the one time I wanted you to make a sign for Boo Boo. You were like, I'm so bad at it. Is that one of your things? Like art? No.
I was very afraid that I wasn't going to do a good job.
You were like, oh, it's so bad. I'm like, no, it's not. That's what
I'm my own worst critic. But that's, again,
though.
Being nice to myself.
Exactly.
Really bad at that.
I don't know. What did you say? I don't know.
I put being on time anywhere other than work.
Oh, yeah. I should have done that.
Yeah.
Like, what does she always say? I'm so bad at being on time.
Anywhere but at work. What are you bad at?
I see, and that's what you were doing over here. Like, we were answering the questions. I'm like, I don't know.
Being humble. I'm just kidding. You think you're good at everything. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I also put down that I was bad at singing. That's the one that I was like,
No.
yeah, see, exactly. That's what so happened. Making time for yourself.
No, but that would have been a good one. I said public speaking because I can't. I get so nervous. But then again, I didn't know what to write down, so
Yeah.
I should have done your answer.
It's okay.
Making time for myself, and
But that's another thing too, where like I experience this a lot with my other friends that are moms, and they don't see it themselves. Like you don't see that, and it's not a bad thing that you want to be such a good mom and that you're always right there and doing that.
Yeah.
But
I'm 110% in.
but it's like this is one of the only times that you have without the baby.
That's true.
But that is also a really good thing for you, and this is a good time for
every
you.
Tuesday, I get my own time.
Yeah.
Then 13 is what is my favorite food? This is very specific. I know you're not going to get the one, but there's other ones that you can get for me. Because I wrote down like 4 different ones.
I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4. I wrote 5 things down.
Snap. Let's see. I know you like that chicken sandwich from Chipotle. Chick-fil-A. I'm trying to think of the food combinations I've seen you eat. You like pizza. You like you like that oddly specific pizza that's from, I think it's Domino's, and you get the Alfredo pizza.
I didn't even write that down. You have not said anything that I've written down, but nothing you have said has been wrong.
Right, because I'm like, what have I seen her eat? You like the Taco Bell, the chicken,
the new
thing.
Quesadilla.
Yes,
the
quesadilla.
Yep.
Yes. What is the other oddly specific things?
You don't have to go necessarily super oddly specific if you don't want, because I did not write down
too
oddly specific things.
Okay, that was just me. Cool. Well, because I can't think of your favorite, like, food.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, I don't know if you know, like, what my favorite food is.
I don't know. I've seen you eat a lot of chicken, though.
Weirdly, chicken is nowhere
Really?
on my thing. I don't have any chicken on there. 'Cause it's not my favorite. I do eat a lot of chicken, but it's cheaper.
And I feel like you put noodles for one of your favorites. No? I'm trying to remember that favorite thing, like when we, forever and a half ago with the how we see each other.
Yeah.
And you did something, but I don't remember what it was. Go ahead. What did you write down?
No, I got to guess yours now.
Oh, right.
And then I'll tell you. But it's really funny because absolutely one of the things on here is what that picture was.
Dang!
You just can't remember what it was.
No, I can't.
You love pasta.
Yes.
Specifically, fettuccine Alfredo from Olive Garden. No meat.
That's true.
Fettuccine
I
Alfredo.
didn't write that down, but you're right. I did write down noodles.
Noodles, yeah. You like salmon. I know that.
I didn't write that down, but yeah, I do. Again, I didn't write that down, but you're not wrong. I feel like this one would have done this, definitely. Like, you're not wrong, but I didn't write it down.
Are we talking specifically like non-dessert? Yeah. Okay.
I didn't write any dessert.
Okay, just making sure. Because I'm like, oh gosh, maybe I'm completely missing it because it's desserty. No. You don't like red meat.
No.
You're finicky about chicken.
Yes.
You're okay with chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Certain kinds are fine, but other kinds are not fine. Because it's the texture of the chicken. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the red meat. That's why you don't eat red meat. Because it's a texture thing. It's also not great for your body anyway, especially when you're diabetic. But that's besides the point. I don't know.
We've eaten this one thing a lot at my house.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
And?
Mac and cheese.
No.
No.
But I do like mac and cheese, but it's not my favorite. I can't wait to tell you my oddly specific one.
Oh, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh.
I
Even
don't
this
know if
one's probably
You've
good.
never ate it with me, though, so I
okay.
don't know what it is, probably.
Baby Bop.
Baby Bop. No.
Okay.
Taco Bell.
Oh my gosh! I should have known that.
I know. We made that how many times here?
I was going through. I'm like, what have we eaten here? What have we eaten here? We've eaten Taco Bell multiple times, but it did not come into my brain.
But my oddly specific one is mashed potatoes as a base, right? Then you put noodles on top. Then you put corn on top of it. And you mix it all together. And it's my favorite since I was a itty bitty small person.
That is oddly specific, and I would not have got that.
So much
I would not have
starch,
gotten that.
but I love it. And I only eat it like once a year.
What kind of noodles?
Either egg noodle or elbow.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, mine. Steak.
Oh, yeah.
Salads with ranch.
Oh, God, yes.
All potatoes. That was the picture.
Potatoes.
And then burgers and Chipotle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I really like a
I
good
did
juicy
say
burger.
Chipotle, though.
But a lot.
But I went back and said
You were
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you got it. And then you were like, and you said Chick-fil-A. And I was like, oh, no.
Because you
It's my
did
favorite
last
thing
time you were
from
here.
Chick-fil-A. I do like
Yeah.
it, but it's not my favorite.
It's not, yeah.
But
yeah.
chicken in general is not my favorite.
Interesting. I wouldn't have known that.
Exactly. See, I'm more of a red meat fan, but I like a lot of different things. So when I'm here, I lean more into chicken and things like that I know that you like because you're pickier about it than I am, and I don't mind. Like, it just because it's not my favorite doesn't mean I'm upset about eating it. It's fine.
Right.
I never say anything, though, because I'm like, it's fine. I know that I don't care, but if I say something, you're going to be like, no, we'll get this instead.
Right, and I've done that before.
Yeah, so
with
I'm like,
people.
yeah.
Okay. Would you like to read the next question?
Okay. So if we were stranded on a deserted island, what is something that we would want to have? And it can be ridiculous.
I did not know what to write down for
I
this.
didn't either.
For you, I forget what you said. You wrote down ridiculous stuff, right? That's what you said you wrote down.
I wrote. I actually only have
we
two
both
things
agreed that we would
down.
bring our phones, but then we were like, they would die.
Yeah, I'd still want to bring it.
I
It's
would
gonna
just
die
because of
eventually.
entertainment,
Yeah, it's gonna die, but I'll have it until it dies.
right? Exactly.
Or I could turn it on SOS and just text a cute boy. It's fine.
But other things like maybe a boat.
Well, I was thinking
So you
like
could
things that I
roam.
cannot get off the island with.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about
But
that.
something that would be super useful, and so I wrote down something really. I think it's hilarious. It's not. It's probably a lot less hilarious than I think. It is.
I don't know.
For you, I think maybe in terms of non-technology things like books.
See, I thought about books, but I'm like,
I wrote down.
You wrote down books. Okay, see, because my thought was,
What if they get wet?
what if, right, well, that, and I was thinking, like, what if I get tired of reading the same book over and over and over again?
Then you can burn it for fire. Can't ever read it again though.
Yeah.
So you better hope you don't want to later.
Right.
You're like, I'm tired.
And
If you really don't like the book, you could use it as toilet paper.
I guess so, yeah.
If you don't like it.
Yeah, true enough. And I said a knife and something of entertainment.
I put books.
Books?
Books and a food truck.
Truck. She says food truck.
Genius. Like a Mexican food truck. Or
You'll
like
eventually run out of food, but maybe you could just keep snapping your fingers and food appears.
Right. Like if I can teleport a food truck to me, I can probably teleport some more ingredients to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty funny. I do like that.
Yeah. Okay. So for the next one, we went back to a simple one. What is our favorite seasons?
Seasons.
So, my favorite season, your favorite season.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
For you,
yes.
I would say spring or summer.
I did put down summer.
Okay.
And then for
I
you,
didn't want to be too confident with the summer. I was like,
I think you said summer, but I think another time you said spring. But then see, okay. I'm trying to remember what you wrote down that one time, and I think you said fall, but I don't remember. I know it's not winter. Neither one of us are winter. We're not winter girlies.
Yeah. I like the snow, but I like to be inside and
Right,
not out in it.
exactly. Because I said summer/fall because I like the in-between time.
I would fall. I love fall.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. I like.
But then I don't like in Ohio when it gets too cold in fall, and I'm like, this is too wintry for me.
Yeah, I like end of September, early October.
Yeah.
Like, I like right around my birthday. That's
You were
my
born
good time.
around a good time.
Exactly. See?
Yeah. I don't. It's supposed to go that way. Your hair.
I was like, what is? Oh, that.
I don't know. I was born in the spring, and I feel like maybe. I mean, but Ohio, it's so weird. Like, it's snowed on my birthday before. It mostly rains on my birthday.
We're on number 16.
Oh.
Our fears.
Yes.
I wrote down a few extra ones because we talked about this earlier, and I literally told you mine.
Honestly, my favorite fear of yours is the fear of geese.
I'm terrified. I'm petrified of geese.
I don't
Geese
know why.
and large birds. Just large birds in general, but geese have teeth on their tongue, and one chased me when I was like 13, and I'm terrified.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
They don't scare me.
Oh, they terrified. Like, I sent you a Snapchat one day.
Yes, and
there
it
was
cracks me
4
up
of
every
them
time.
outside of my car, and I was terrified. I could not get out.
They smell fear.
They were probably about 10 feet from my car,
Yeah.
but they were enough distance that, yeah, I'm sure I could have gotten out of my car and walked into work. However, the fear would not allow that to happen, and thankfully they were far enough away from me and looking the other way by the time I absolutely had to get out of my car and get in the building so that I could be at work on time, considering I was sitting in the parking lot the whole time.
Well, that's the point of fears, though, is it's so irrational, but you can't help it.
Yeah.
What other? You said obviously, it's going to get really dark about the one. You have the fear of dying alone. Trying to think,
And
of
not
other
necessarily
fears.
even like dying without having like a partner in my life, but like physically, like
Right.
being alone
Right.
when I die.
Right.
Like,
Okay. Nope, I can't think of any other fears. What are mine?
I know one. It's in the pit of my brain. It's got to come up. It's going to take a while. I don't know.
One is very obvious. I've talked about it so many times.
I know. I think that's the one that's in there, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay. Come up. You're afraid of heights.
I was.
Oh.
So you're not wrong. I was.
Are you afraid of roller coasters?
No, I just get sick on them.
No. Okay.
I don't like throwing up, so therefore I don't get on them.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And it's really bothering me that I know
You know it.
I know that I do.
You
I know
know
for
it.
sure I do.
My sister also has this fear, if it helps. It's a sister that you know very well.
Claustrophobia.
No, but that
Dang.
is one
Oh
of
my
my
gosh.
fears, though. I am very scared of closed spaces.
Spiders?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very scared
Yeah,
of spiders.
I was second guessing myself so hard the whole time, though. I was
Okay.
like, I feel like it's got to be something bigger than spiders.
No, I literally
Like some-
jump out of my skin and my body does a full like.
I was like,
hate
it couldn't be an easy guess for me.
Yeah.
I was like, it couldn't be.
Yeah, like literally, I'm such a weenie about spiders that I was at a pet store like last week, and I even just see in the corner of my eye, I look, and there's a bag that has a spider on it, and I like go, "Ugh, I'm gonna throw up. And I had to run past it. I'm like, "Ah!" I hate it so much. I even have
I
a
don't
little
like
twinge on
big spiders.
Yeah.
Like
Any
little
spider.
house spiders and stuff. They don't terrify me, but I mean, the bigger they are, the less I like them. I'll tell you that much.
I am yeah. I can't even talk. I'm so scared. I hate any kind of spider. Any kind. Small, big, giant. Hate them all. And my mother-in-law loves some of them, like the jumping spiders that have like the cute, whatever face. She calls them cute little faces. And she shows Boo Boo. And then she's like, cute. And I'm like, whatever you say, we are not getting a pet spider in your future. I don't care. Like, no.
I will say that they do have the little jumping ones. Now, if I'm looking at a picture of it, I can appreciate that it's got little bitty dainty eyeballs. And it's
Too many
little
eyeballs.
fuzzy and teensy.
Nope.
But I would not want it anywhere near me. I'm okay with looking at a picture. But yeah, see that. But I don't have the fear.
Yeah, I have such bad arachnophobia.
Did you write down any others other than that one?
And also my teeth falling out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What did
I
you
have that too.
Did you have other?
Yeah, my other one was the ocean.
But yet you want to see it?
So I've never been to the ocean. I went to see the ocean. I'm afraid of what's in the ocean.
We don't know sea about. Creatures. Yeah. I get that.
We have not discovered much of our ocean. We've discovered more of space than we have the ocean.
Right.
That is a problem. Let's discover our own planet first. I don't know what's down there. That's scary. Giant squids, terrifying. Sharks, no thanks. A whale that could swallow your house? No. That's insane. I can't wrap my head around that. A big, huge whale the size of a cruise ship just swimming alongside of it. No. What? Dinosaur. No. God, it's terrifying. I cannot. I can't.
I guess like underwater scenes kind of freak me out. This next one is fun too. What is my bad habit? I wrote down 1, 2, and both are pertaining to the same one. So, like, they connect. Does that make sense? How many did you write down?
2.
Okay.
They don't go hand in hand.
Oh.
They kind of do. That's a joke that I can't explain to you until we reveal our answers. Mine's easy.
Do you bite your fingers still?
Yeah, I bite my nails.
Yeah, I thought that's what the
Well,
one
I put
was.
picking my nails. I don't bite them as often as I do pick. Like, I'll pick at them. I'll peel. Like, I'll break them and peel them. That way I don't bite them as much.
Yeah.
Because of my teeth.
Gotcha.
But I still pick at them.
Gotcha.
I can't. My other bad habit is very obvious.
It is?
Well, I don't do it inside of your house. I do it outside on the porch.
Oh, that's right. Your
My vape. Yep. I don't know what your bad habits are. Yours are not obvious, I can tell you that.
If you're not looking at me, then you can't really tell.
I'm looking at you. I still don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I want to give a guess, but I don't at the same time because I'm like...
It kind of goes along with yours.
Oh, do you pick your nails? No, you don't pick your nails. You do your nails.
Right. But I also, like, meticulously look at them a lot.
You don't
pick. And I also bite the sides of my fingers.
Yeah, you don't...
I bite
you
the
don't
sides
pick
of
the
my
same way
thumbs.
that I do, but you do pick.
Yeah, it's stupid. That's why I have to, like, paint them full color, or I will sit there and, like, pick at them.
I pick at the sides of my nails.
Oh, yeah, I bite mine.
all the time.
Yeah, I bite mine.
Do that. I will bite those. I don't bite my nail.
Yeah.
Because it hurts
my
teeth.
Same.
But, yeah.
So I'll bite the sides of my nails. Fingers. These are fingers.
I don't bite my toenails. Oh my goodness, but a man did at the restaurant the other day.
Ew.
Yep, I kid you not. My friend came up to me and she was like, I kid you not, Heather. This grown man just brought his toe to his mouth in the restaurant and bit his toenail off. While the other dude at the table was ordering and he didn't break a sweat. Acted like the whole thing was normal. Insane. Absolutely insane.
Oh, that's so gross. And the other one was I bite my inside of my cheek.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah. Like, I was tasting blood for a while because I was doing it so bad.
Yeah.
But that also might be a nervous tick of mine. Next one is, would I, this is another off the wall, you can tell it came from me. Would I say tomato is a fruit or a vegetable? Why?
Are we just answering these ourselves?
We can totally, yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, I don't know what you would answer. I would say you would think of it as a fruit because whatever.
Because I'm more technical?
Yes.
Yep. So, scientifically speaking,
it is a fruit.
It is a fruit.
Because it has seeds.
It has seeds. That is how that works. However, if you ever try to put one in a fruit salad,
don't do it.
I will fight you. I will fight you. Or it's not happening. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
Put it on my salad, my regular salad with ranch.
Yes.
Okay? Put it on that.
Exactly.
And leave my fruit salad to be sweet fruit.
Yes. I said that in my head, I would call it a vegetable because I grew up knowing that it was a vegetable. Like, that is a vegetable. If you think tomato, vegetable. But I know technically it is a fruit. So.
Then what does that make ketchup?
Exactly. It's.
Oh, no. That was the SpongeBob reference.
What? I don't remember that
From
one.
the comedy episode, the Squirrel Jokes episode, when at first he was like, and tomatoes, what's the deal about those things? Are they vegetables or fruit? And what does that make ketchup?
Okay.
It's a Squirrel Jokes episode.
Yeah.
If you have Paramount Plus, you can find it. And you'll be like, Heather was right.
And then number 19 is favorite Disney Channel show.
We did Disney Channel specifically because it's going to be harder for each other to guess. If we just say childhood cartoon, it's both SpongeBob.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Why do you keep throwing that for? I watched a lot of Disney Channel though. I watched a lot. For you, I would say Hannah Montana.
Yep, that's one of them.
And I feel like one of my answers you wouldn't have watched. Wizard? No, you weren't allowed to watch Wizards of Waverly Place, probably.
Oh, I did.
Did you?
Wasn't allowed to.
Where?
But I did.
Oh, because
When
they were
was
both
home.
working.
Yeah.
Was that the one you wrote down?
No.
Oh. Well, what could be the other one? I'm trying to think of different shows.
I wrote down 3. You've only got 1 so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you watch? Did you watch That's a Raven?
Yeah.
Is that one of them?
Yeah.
Nice. That also had psychics in it, so I was just like, she's breaking all the rules.
Yeah, we were allowed to watch that one, which was weird. They
Mm.
they never told us we couldn't watch that one, which was way more realistic than Fairly Odd Parents,
Yeah.
which we couldn't watch. A cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to guess mine?
Yeah. So That's a Raven, first of all. I know that you
Right.
watched that. So
Yes, I love That's a Raven.
Were you really into Hannah Montana?
Yeah, I watched Hannah
Yeah.
Montana.
I know that you liked Wizards of Waverly Place.
I should have wrote that down because I love Selena Gomez.
I love her. None of them are cartoons, right?
No.
Okay, just make sure. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Oh, that would have been a good one. I watched that one all the time, Sweet Life.
That was the other one on my list.
Oh, man, I watched that all the time.
I
I love the Sprouse twins.
know. Do you get it now?
Oh.
It's funny. It's a very funny.
It's an Easter egg.
Yeah. So you get the Taylor Swift things. It's like, yeah, that's a reference. Okay, so That's a Raven is the only one that I got so far.
And
And Hannah Montana. You wrote that one down. Okay, what's the last one? I have no idea.
I wrote down Lizzie McGuire.
Oh my gosh!
I lived Lizzie McGuire.
I loved Lindsey McGuire too. We watched the movie together recently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last one is, what is our favorite holiday? I would say Christmas for you.
I would say Christmas for you. It's not?
It's spooky.
Oh, Halloween. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought Christmas would be better for you.
I do love Christmas too, but Halloween's my favorite because I like to be spooky.
Yeah, but I thought you weren't
I like
allowed
the
to do much
festivities.
when you were growing up.
Well, growing up, no. This is my current favorite.
Yeah,
And it was the forbidden one.
which made it more fun.
We were allowed to go trick-or-treating and stuff, but like we were so limited on what they would let us wear,
Right.
which is so dumb because they're not like that at all with my little sister. Not at all.
But yeah, guys, keep watching, keep liking, subscribing.
Tell your friends.
Yeah. Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah.
See you next week.
For more nonsense, come back and we'll see you next time. Yeah. And get an update on my date.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.